Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Sarcasm Speaks with Jared and Bob here, and this is our first official Spotify podcast. So if you are on Spotify, you can be watching this right now because I'm gonna give that a whirl, see if I can figure that out. I think it's pretty straightforward, but yeah, I reached out. If you listen to the last episode, I reached out to the Spotify help desk, basically. Um, Fantastic customer service, by the way. I want to give a quick tip
You
of the cap
Spotify.
to Spotify. It started out as one of those like AI chatbots, and I was like, Jesus Christ, here we go. Here we go. Like just let me talk to a person. And after like two or three clicks, I was chatting with a real person who I explained the situation. I was like, I'm stuck at 98% transferring over from Podbean. And I think it was a she, but the person's name was Guy. It was GIE was the name. So I don't know. It seems like a woman's name to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm misgendering, but who the fuck knows? Who cares? Um, so G, uh, was like, "Oh, so when did you start the transfer?" And I was like, truthfully, like either last Friday or Saturday. I can't really remember." And she goes, "Oh, wow, that's way too long." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of episodes, but still, I figured like 700 episodes would take like maybe 2 days, not 4 days." And she goes, "Yep, yep, okay, let me look into this." And after like 4 minutes, she writes back to me and goes, I think I found the problem and I think I fixed it. She goes, refresh the page and tell me what you see. So I go back, I refresh the page, and it goes, congratulations, your podcast has now been transferred over to Spotify. And I'm like, that's fucking amazing.
I was really hoping to be like, we had this issue with this sandwich one.
Yeah. Yeah, there was an episode called the Sandwich Conspiracy. It seems
Yeah,
like
highly
we
controversial. We can't be having that on our
yeah.
airwaves. Although Spotify
uh
don't give a fuck, right?
No, they don't care.
That's
They
because
were the
that's where
ones.
Rogan went, right?
That's where Rogan went.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when everyone was calling for him to be canceled and taken off Spotify, whatever. Spotify was
Yeah, do
like,
people still
"Yeah, we
hate Joe
don't care."
Rogan? Where are we at? Where are we at with that?
Yeah, everyone still hates him.
Is Joe Rogan still bad? Because it doesn't seem like anyone gives a fuck anymore.
Yeah, Joe Rogan still equals bad. They still go after him from time to time. They'll call him a Nazi and say like, "Oh, he's peddling, you know, Nazi propaganda and shit like that."
All right.
He had a guy on his podcast maybe a month or two ago now who so the guy's name is Daryl Cooper, right? So he doesn't claim
Sounds
to
like a
be,
Nazi.
yeah, he doesn't claim to be a historian, but by all accounts, he's a historian, right? Like it's funny because people, right? Like people that don't like him will be like, "Oh, revisionist historian, whatever." He spouts off like fake history or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but if you ask him, "Hey, Daryl, are you a historian?" He goes, "No, absolutely not." He goes, "I'm not a historian." He goes, "I don't study it like
What
these
is
people
he
do."
then?
He just has a podcast and he talks about history. So it's not
But the way
like,
he wants it to see?
yeah, but he's not like actively doing, I don't think like, primary source research and things like that. He's not like trying to dig up
Well, who has
records
time
and
for that
stuff.
shit anymore?
Yeah, for real. But he made a comment on a podcast once about how Winston Churchill may have been a villain in World War II because of how he handled everything post-war, right? And then everyone took that and was like, "Oh, he's a Nazi apologist. He said Winston Churchill was a villain, so therefore he likes Hitler." And it's like, well, no. One, it was a joke, right? Two, it was focused on Winston Churchill's actions after the war, right? How he handled that sort of like, redivvying out of everything in Europe once the the Germans and Italians and the Axis powers were defeated. Um, and how he kind of like cozied up to Stalin and like turned a blind eye to like the horrific shit that Stalin was doing. But they needed to win the war, right? So like they kind of had to. And they go in through all that shit. And then everyone's just like, oh yeah, no, that guy, he's a Nazi. So he went on the Rogan podcast to like just talk about random shit. Just talk about what some stuff not even related to that. And then after that episode, everyone was like, oh, Joe Rogan's a Nazi. He had a Nazi on his show.
Need to hear it, dude.
Yeah. So they still go after Rogan all the time to no avail because he's still more popular than every
Well,
legacy
the other
media
piece
outlet
too is
combined.
anyone with a brain like understands that Joe Rogan's thoughts are not what's important here.
Right.
From the very few podcasts I've listened to, like when he adds in what he has to say, usually it's like just again, it's kind of like depends on what's going on, but like some of it's either complete nonsense,
Right.
some of it's either like, well, do you ever think? And it's like, no, no one's ever thought that.
Yeah.
Um, or
I think
I
that
mean, he knows like that's the thing though. He knows certain things that he knows, but like
right.
other than that, he's just conducting the interview.
The thing that makes Rogan so popular is because he's a meat stick, right? Like because he's not this like uber intelligent academic person that's afraid to ask a dumb question. Like he'll have someone like Brian Keating in who's like a astrophysicist, like unbelievably intelligent. His IQ's probably 1 million. And Rogan will sit there and be like, "Yeah, man, but like what about aliens?" Right? And like get like a guy like Brian Keating, right? Like to talk about like random shit. But again, the reason why he's so popular is because he's not afraid to ask dumb questions. And the questions he does ask is like the quote unquote like common man, right? Like if I were no, I
Roasting people?
like yeah, yeah. If I were to listen to, let's say, I don't know if he does. He probably does because everyone does at this point. But let's say Neil deGrasse Tyson had a podcast, right? If Neil deGrasse Tyson had Brian Keating on his podcast, I think I would rather chew glass because they're going to talk at a level that's so beyond what I could possibly comprehend. Like, I'm not going to get anything from it because I don't understand. I don't speak astrophysics, right? But again, that's what I always go back to. Like, that's why Rogan is so popular
Oh,
because
you're saying
he's kind
Joe
of dumb.
Rogan speaks retard,
He speaks
which is why we
retard.
can all understand it.
Exactly. Yeah. And he gets these super intelligent people or these super interesting people with really cool stories to just tell their story. The only other person that I think does anything close to what Rogan does is Chris Williamson, from the Modern Wisdom podcast. I like his show a lot. I say all the
Is he
time,
a Nazi too?
yeah, well, I'm sure people have tried to call him a Nazi as well. But so he's British. So I call him British Joe Rogan. Um, he's more intelligent than Rogan, and he's British. So not only is he actually more intelligent, he also sounds more intelligent. Um, but he's a great interviewer because like he'll sit there with someone and they'll make some claim, right? They'll say like, "Oh yeah, no, well, this doesn't matter because the world's going to end anyway." And he'll sit there and be like, well, say more, right? Like he does that a lot. Like, he has a couple phrases that he uses all the time because he's British and it sounds cool. But he always goes, say more. He goes, what do you mean? Like, tell me more about that. Like, he's really good at taking something someone says, like, off the cuff is like a casual, like, oh, whatever, like, it doesn't matter because of this. And like most people in a conversation would be like, oh, yeah, and then on to the next topic. But Chris Williamson is like, hold on, talk to me more about what you just said. What does that mean? Like, like explain that thought because you said it in like a cursory manner, and I want to know more about that. So that's why I like Williamson. Why I think he's probably the only other person again, that I know of that's close to Rogan. Not that I listen to a million podcasts either. I listen to like five different podcasts, but um, yeah, like everyone kind of has their own little shtick. But I think that again, that's why Rogan was so popular, or is so popular, remains so, because he speaks retard, right? And we all understand that.
Mhm. It is an easy language to pick up,
It is, yeah.
easier than Italian. Retard comes naturally. Italian's tough.
Yeah, yeah. I might start telling people that if they ask, like, oh yeah, I'm bilingual. Like I speak English and I speak retard.
Fluent.
Yeah, I'm probably more fluent in retard than I am in English.
Definitely English. Oh, way back. Oh, dude, way. Like, so that's the other thing is like, because I go through some of the Italian stuff and then I think about like what the equivalent would be in English. And I'm like, that's hysterical because I don't talk like that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is funny. Actually just saw something. There was a meme. It was like a dad joke thing, and it was just basically about how the English is dumb. Because it was like, what were the two words? Lead and red. So it's READ and LEAD. But the whole point is it was lead and red. This is all written out in words, right? That's like the meme. It's like a word thing. And it goes, lead. The funny thing about English is lead and red rhyme. And so do lead and read. But lead and red don't rhyme. And red and lead don't rhyme, right? And so it's like, it's the same word written 8 times, but the way you read it, you pronounce it differently. So it's like it's just kind of to show you like how stupid English is.
You know what though? I think I'd like to say because my only other frame of reference is Italian. I never took another language. Nothing. I don't know if you change so I think the difference is if you're going to change the pronunciation of a word in Italian, you need an accent. Otherwise, like the
Yeah.
pronunciation's the pronunciation.
Yeah, it's always the second to last vowel. At least that's what it is in Spanish.
For what?
Is the I guess you would call it the accent. It's the emphasis.
Oh, okay, no, no. So I'm talking like a literal like piece of punctuation.
Yeah.
So like if you were gonna, so I don't know enough Italian to give you two examples, but um, I don't think like so like our word piano
Yeah.
in Italian, piano is like a plan.
Right.
But I think if you say like piano piano, it might be like step by step or something, or like piece by piece. It might be something like that. Like,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't change the way that piano is pronounced
You wouldn't
unless
say
the
piano.
no, unless there's an
There's an
accent
accent.
on
Well,
the O.
that's what I'm saying is the natural emphasis goes on the second to last vowel in the word.
Okay, so I don't think Italian plays by the same rules because I don't think it's always that.
Because that's the rule in Spanish. And that's why so like gracias, right, is there's an accent on the A because if there wasn't, it would be gracias. Like the
Okay.
natural emphasis goes on the second to last vowel of the word.
Yeah, so I don't think
I don't know why I know that either. There's a lot of like random dumb shit.
yeah, I don't think Italian plays by the same rule.
Yeah.
Because like in piano, I believe the emphasis is on the N, which is the last vowel.
A, piano.
Oh, you said vowel, not consonant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not on the A.
Because it would either be piano, piano, or piano. Those are the
Yeah, so
three.
I don't think it would ever be. I don't think if you wrote that word, it would ever be piano.
Right,
It's piano. And if for whatever reason, I don't think you can, but if there was an accent on the O, it would be piano or
right,
yeah, piano. The accent moves it. Um, so yeah, but like I don't think you can have a lead lead
right,
in Italian because it's identical. There's nothing really changing it. And I believe that the way uh Italian is pronounced, there's a word for that. I don't know what it is. Phonetic maybe, I don't know, whatever, that could be made up completely, but like that's because like if you see the same word it can mean something different depending on context of the sentence,
yeah,
but I don't think it can ever be pronounced different unless there's an accent somewhere.
okay. So in English, obviously, it's a homophone, right? Like lead and lead, those are
Yeah,
homophones.
I
There, or
I'd be
no,
surprised to
those
know.
are those are homonyms. So a homonym is a word that's spelled the same but said differently. The homophone is a word that's spelled differently but sounds the same. So
Like red and
there, and
red,
there. Yeah.
or
There, and
red
there is spelled differently but sounds the same.
or red and red.
Red and red. Yeah.
Yeah. um
So red is a weird one. Red can be both a homonym and a homophone. Can be
yeah, it just depends
read
on what it's paired with,
read and red and red and red.
right?
English is so dumb.
Yeah, it's like honestly, it's like good luck. Well, that's like I don't know how frequently I've sent them to you, but like the dude that it's like I mean it's him and himself, but he's like teaching the himself English,
Yeah.
and it's like the plural of this and the plural of that. It's like the plural of ox is oxen. What's the plural of box? Like
Boxing.
boxen. Um, no. Uh, so yeah, I don't know if other languages have that, but then what I've found the hardest part is in Italian. I'm sure Spanish and French and Romanian. What are the Romance languages? I don't know. I'm sure they're all the same. But
Romanche.
no, I think it's actually Romanian. I could be wrong, but
I don't know because I feel like Romanian is from Romania.
yes, I believe it is. I believe Romanche is like a weird Swedish, not Swedish.
It's
I
what
think
the Swiss
Romanche
guards
is
speak.
a weird
Yeah.
Swiss dialect, but like
Yeah.
no one speaks it anymore.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, then it's like so if you want to say like I went to the store, well, if you say that in Italian, there's like four different ways to say that because it depends on when you went. Like, did you go in like historical times or did you go yesterday?
Right.
And it's like, is it somewhere that you used to go frequently or did you only go one time? Like, fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, languages are fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then
I've
you
also
get
never
some,
tried to learn a different one. So it's like, I don't know, maybe Italian's easy to learn, but I wouldn't say like learning a language is easy.
yeah, no, I think, well,
Because like Greek and Russian, they got to be way different because there's a fucking different alphabet.
yeah,
And like I'm
yeah.
sure there are some sounds that just don't exist in English.
And then especially when you start to get into like some of the Asian languages,
Yeah, I was gonna say before
like,
you even get there.
hey man, I don't know, good luck. That looks like a house. Like this one looks like a house. That one looks like a smaller house. This one looks like a house with a lot of lines on it.
That's the Aeropostale symbol.
Yeah.
Means water.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just I feel like it's easier. I don't know. So let me qualify. It's easy. I feel like it's easier when you're a kid learning a language verbally than it is to see it written down.
I believe that's correct, but it also depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to learn to speak, reading it definitely slows the curve down because you spend more time like reading the words and translating the words that you haven't actually like done any speaking.
Right. Right.
But if you're trying to like understand, you kind of need to see it as well.
Yeah.
Because it's also hard because just like in English, there, and there. Well, if you never see that, you never know the spelling. Thus, you don't know
Right.
when to use what or any of it.
Yeah.
And like you can like in just an easy example in Italian, like the letter A is pronounced ah.
Yeah.
Well, HA is also pronounced ah. So you can have LA, la, L apostrophe HA, la, and they mean like way different stuff. So it's like,
Right.
so I don't know
But
what
that's
the
a
right S thing.
homophone. So Italian does have homophones. It's different words that sound the same.
Okay, yeah, they just won't be spelled like remotely close,
Yeah,
which,
spelled differently but sound the same. That's a homophone.
yup.
La and la.
What was the other one? Spelled the same, sound different.
Yeah, that's a homonym.
I don't know if they have those. That's what I don't know.
The only reason I can keep them straight is the phone, like phonetic is sound. So a homophone sounds the same, spelled differently. And then the homonym written the same, said differently. No, yeah.
Banana phone.
I don't know. At this point, I've said it so many times. I'm
Yeah, I've
losing it.
lost.
Yeah.
I've lost it.
I'm not an English teacher.
Most certainly not.
No. Remember, fluent and retard, not English.
Yes, that. Born with that though.
Yeah.
Don't need to hone it in.
So yeah, we're on Spotify now. I have um I have no idea if it's gonna automatically transfer over to like Apple and Castbox and like all those like random other ones. No clue. I may have to do that all over again. Um, I guess we'll find out on Thursday.
That we will.
Yeah. But we will have video on Spotify, so that's fun. It's gonna make it slightly easier to upload because I only have to edit the video and then I can put the video on Spotify and YouTube. I don't have to do a separate audio file to upload. So,
Oh, I got you. I got you.
yeah. So, um, do you see any of the women's US Open?
Oh, actually, I did. I thought I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna ask about something in society. I was like, nope, no clue.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Women's U.S. Open. I watched a bunch of it actually.
Did they actually get shellacked like I was seeing on Twitter? Like, did they get absolutely not? I know it's the women's US Open, so I should sort of be careful, but I was gonna say, did they actually get bent over? But that's a term you would just use anyway when it's a hard golf course. It doesn't
I
necessarily
mean,
mean that they're women, but
yeah. So it looks like my internet's being screwy, but yeah, I missed a little bit of that. But or I missed your in the middle. I got the beginning and the end. I mean, the winner shot 9 under.
okay. Yeah, so that's
So
not,
I mean, how hard? What like
yeah.
I mean, U.S. Opens are hard, but like as far as U.S. Opens go, like I don't know. I mean, didn't seem too
I feel like
bad.
9 under is a fair US Open winning score.
Or maybe if he gave one back and it was 8 or 7 or something. I don't know. I was like maybe she. Yeah, I was like 7, 8 or 9. Definitely not
Still, I
more.
mean,
Definitely
single
not less.
digits, like a single digit under par to win the US Open is
Yeah,
kind of what it should be.
yeah. I mean, it seemed like couple like so I thought it was set up pretty good for them because like the big thing that like a lot of people saw was there was a drivable par four. It was like 260. And it was just a really, really hard hole to get the ball to the cup um for three. Like it was a relatively easy four. You could certainly make five or worse, but kind of an easy four, provided you just don't do anything really stupid. But it tempts you into trying to make a three that you like really would like, but it makes it really hard. I think there were a couple holes like that, or a couple, maybe not a couple holes, but maybe a couple pin positions where it's like, hey, it's not bad, but like getting the ball to this position, if you want to try to make three, have fun. If you want to make four, yeah, it's really not going to be that bad.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I didn't think it was much of a bloodbath. I mean, yeah, at times it played hard, and if you weren't playing well, you put up a high number. That's golf.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's a Corn Ferry event where six under par doesn't make the cut at times. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Are
I didn't see much.
are the guys going back to Erin Hills at all in the future?
Don't know.
Because that was the Kepka
They
year,
might
right? Was
not.
that
Yeah, it
17?
kept go on. 2017.
Was it
They
hard for
might
them when they
not.
played it?
No, he shot 16 under.
Okay.
So that was the year I believe, if I remember correctly, Kepka won at 16 under. The very next week was the Travelers, and the Travelers was like 8 under par. And people were like, oh, the Travelers is playing harder than the US Open this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was after. So like 2014 or so 2013, Justin Rose won. I think he shot one over at Marion. And then it's like Martin Keimer ran away at Pinehurst. He shot like 8 under. The next year, Spieth may have shot like 4 under or something at Chambers Bay, but like people did not like that, the way that played. Oakmont the next year, DJ shot like 4 or 6 under or something. So people were like, they're waiting for their US Open to come back. And then it's 16 under par. Like, this is not what we were looking for. But then Shinnecock came in 18 and Zach Johnson, they lost the course. So
Yeah.
I don't know anymore. I just don't. Aaron
Yeah.
Hills looks cool. Like, looks it. It doesn't look too far from Milwaukee. It's less than 3 hours from Chicago. So, like, seems like a trip you could do. I don't
Yeah.
know. No carts, but
Yeah. I mean,
caddies. I don't know. Like, I don't know what people are looking for. Like, especially in like a women's U.S. Open. I mean, not single digits. So, like, yeah, I mean, that's tough, but that seems reasonable.
right. Right. Yeah. So truthfully, I didn't watch a second of it. Right. I just saw everything on Twitter saying like how hard the course was, seeing the shots of like, someone just taps a putt and then it just completely rolls all the way down and like they degreen themselves after barely breathing on the ball. So I didn't know that the winner was 9 under, right? Like the
Yeah,
clips,
she
and
was
this
she
is,
was she was 9 under, like very, very late in the tournament. If she finished at 7, I just kind of stopped paying attention because no one
yeah,
was threatening.
right, right.
But yes, 7 and 9.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from the videos that I saw on Twitter, the clips I saw on Twitter, I should say, I would have thought, the winner was one over.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, you know what? But it's the same thing. It's like, wait, we're close. Dropping the ball in the rough. Wow, look at the rough at Oakmont.
Oh, we already got
Yeah.
it. I saw someone posted a picture today because
Now the only
apparently the rough is like 6 inches long.
So here's the only thing. I have a few things about this. So number one, if you want to see how thick the rough is, go watch the Bob Does Sports episode from Oakmont. That'll tell you what you need to know about what that place can play like. Two, we're not there yet. It's not the fucking tournament. So it's like it's 6 inches long now. Is it
Yeah,
gonna stay 6 inches? Is it gonna be 8 inches? Or are they just gonna fucking cut it down? Like,
right.
wow, look how thick it is. It's like, yeah, it's been rained every fucking day in the Northeast. Like,
Yeah,
we're not at the tournament. There's another tournament, and then it's US Open week.
right. Right.
So,
Yeah, like they're gonna cut the
like,
grass probably like five more times before.
I would assume, like, if it's 6 inches now, like, they gotta cut it because if they want it playing at 6, that's the thing
Yeah,
with Oakmont is like, that is a formula, however that's gonna be. Like, the rough is gonna be whatever many inches
right.
in the whatever locations, and the greens are gonna run whatever they're gonna run. And they've probably got someone on fucking weather figuring out what they need to do now to make sure that at tournament time it is this, unless they get a
Right.
fucking rainstorm.
Right.
That's the only thing that they can't really control.
Yeah.
So, but again, it's like, yeah, let's cherry pick. Like, oh, the U.S. Open at Aaron Hill's. Like, yeah, there are times where it's like if you hit the ball like 4 yards too long on the wrong line, the ball ran all the way off, and it was going to be a nightmare getting back up. Yeah, sure. That happens at U.S. Open golf courses.
Right.
And there were like a lot of people hanging around like 4 or 5 under on the final, and like people were like kind of around. Like, it's not like everybody went out and shot fucking 80.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know. It's like I don't know why in the US Open we cherry pick that shit when there are players out there having no problem.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
a weird it's like such a weird thing.
It is a
Wow,
weird
look how
thing.
hard. Oh my God, how do you do this? Whatever. I'm like, I don't know. The girl who won seemed to do all right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. So,
Yeah, I it's coming though.
uh,
It's coming. And I will say, for all intents and purposes, Oakmont plays hard. Like it does. I just don't. I think the U.S. Open has been neutered. So I think their new par is 4 to 6 under par. Like they might let Oakmont get away with like 2 to 4 under for 4 days, because it has the reputation. Same with like Shinnecock, but like everyone else, it's been 6. Like Winged Foot was 6.
mhm.
Um, Top of my head, forget where 2021 was.
Olympia or Olympic?
No, they haven't been there in a minute.
Oh, that was the PGA, wasn't it? When
2021. Who the fuck?
Morikawa won?
That was at
Oh, that's TPC.
Harding
Sorry.
Park.
That's
Same
the other side of
same
the
area.
bay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 22 is the country club. That was 6. Who the
Yeah.
fuck won in 2021? Oh, John Rahm at Torrey Pines. I think that was 6.
Yeah.
Um, 2023 LA Country Club that got away from him like 12. Wyndham Clark,
Yeah.
something like that. 9, 12. I don't forget.
Yeah.
And last year, what was Bryson? Right around 6?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like 6 under has now become like almost like they're even. And it's like, this sucks. But if there's a place where they'll get away with it, it's Oakmont because Oakmont's just kind of fucking hard.
Yeah.
And those greens fly.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see too without all the trees. They literally de-treed the whole course.
I, I'm good. Like, this is the other thing. People are like pissed. I'm like, I'm kind of good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care one way or the other. I'm just interested to see how differently it does play, right? Because obviously
Well,
there's more
dude,
room to miss.
dude,
Like you don't have to hit around
how
trees
much
or
attention were you paying in 2016? Not a ton, right?
no,
The big
no.
thing in 2016 was all the trees were gone because they were going out at 3 a.m. and fucking removing them. Like, this is not, it's not fucking new. Now, I know all the trees are gone now, but they got rid of a ton
Yeah.
before DJ won. Like,
Right.
a ton. What the fuck are we talking? Like, we've already done this.
Yeah.
Like, the same jokes. Oh, look, it's Oakmont. And then there's just Mont because there's no trees. like, we've already done this 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, I was 26 then and I was paying more attention than most. So, yes, the effeminate podcasters were probably still coming up, but I'm like, we've already done this. I remember the fucking interview with the guy Ford. He was the pro there and he's at Seminole now. Bob Ford, whatever. And he was like, he knew what was happening. He was the head pro. Didn't say anything. Hopefully members didn't show up. And then like eventually, like when they got rid of like enough, like thousands of trees, people started to be like, oh, wait a minute. Weren't there
What's
more trees
happening?
there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like this is not a new story. Like the tree removal is not a new story at all. All he did was continue.
Right.
And like, and I know it was a problem. I forget when they played the USAM. They played the USAM at Oakmont, and guys were like ripping it down like other holes and stuff. Well, I got a plan for that. Throw the rough out, which it looks like they're doing.
Right.
So
Right.
that if you don't get to that other fairway, you better like you're fucked. So they
Right.
won't be doing that, especially where the tees are too, because USAM doesn't play as far. I mean, they play far, but not that far.
Right. Right.
And the USAM is almost like double A baseball, where it's like they say the hardest throwers are in double A. They just can't control it. Well, USAM, you got college kids. They fucking rip the ball.
Right.
They don't need to control it yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This isn't news.
So speaking of golf here, before we start wrapping things up, um, we got Happy Gilmore 2. Just dropped a trailer. I think, well, no, not a trailer. Um, the release date, right? I think Happy Gilmore 2 comes out in July. I think I just saw um shit. July 25th.
Sounds good
Yeah,
enough.
Amy just told me in the background.
Yeah.
July 25th. So I saw the trailer the other day. Dude, it looks pretty good. Um, they incorporated like a bunch of PGA pros in it too. It looks like they found someone to pretend to be Chubbs' kid. Um, which now both Carl Weathers and the alligator from the original movie are dead. Because the alligator died like 2 weeks ago. Did you see that?
True.
Um,
Thought about that.
the Yeah, the alligator I think was like 82 years old or something like
Oh,
that.
so just I assume that wasn't true, but yeah, anyway, fine.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. I mean, I think it's a reptile, dude. I think they live pretty long. It's a
Maybe they do.
dinosaur. Like
But
they've
what were the
survived.
odds they were going to find the exact one? That's my
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. That's true. Um, so I think it looks pretty good. And I think I just a couple things like I'm grateful for Adam Sandler still because he's basically the only one that still gets to make comedies at this point. And also grateful for Netflix because I think they also just don't give a fuck at this point. Netflix is like the Spotify of the movie industry, where they're like, is it good? Okay, we'll make it. Right? Like they don't really care. Like they're not in this like whole like Hollywood bullshit, right? They're not caught up in all that stuff. Because they're Netflix. They don't give a shit. It's all cyclical, right? They have money, they
How do
don't
they
make a
make
profit.
money if they increase their
Yeah.
expenses but don't add any customers?
Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'll watch it as just like right when it comes out. Because the other thing too, the great thing about this is it's coming out to Netflix. So I don't have to schlep over to the movie theater. I know it's like down the street from my house, but still, I don't have to schlep to a movie theater. I don't have to deal with other people. I don't have to pay $24 for one ticket, right? So you're looking at like almost 50 bucks for two people to go watch a movie and pay $13 for a bag of popcorn. And I can sit on my couch and I can watch it the day it comes out on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I'll watch it. And I think subsequently it'll probably get good reviews because people don't have to go to the theater for it. So that'll automatically
Yeah.
give it the boost. Like no one's gonna spend any money, so no one's gonna be like, I can't believe you. It's like, yeah, it wasn't my favorite, but it's fine. 3 stars.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I like I said, I'm curious to see how they incorporate all like the PGA guys into the storyline. I mean, Sandler's got to be like fucking almost 60 at this point too. Um, so yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, again, I don't have high hopes for it, but who cares? It's on Netflix. Doesn't matter. I'll watch
Yeah.
it
Yeah. I
at
just
some point.
like a good comedy, right? Like a pure comedy, right? Because I feel like today you get like an action movie with a little bit of comedy in it, right? Some comic relief. Like there's no like pure comedy movies really that come out anymore. Or the ones that do are like B-list movies, right? Like Accepted was back in the day, or
The movie was
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. Or The New Guy, right? Like those Ross Patterson type movies. Like that's the type of like B-list movie that you're gonna get today if it's comedy. So shout out to Adam Sandler for not giving up. But on that note, you want to wrap this up?
We can wrap this up.
All right.
So someday I'll write the book. I'll have to remember everything, but Tales from the Gym, where every day is a moron festival. So today, I guess we can I guess we can protect the innocent, right? So one of the girls that trains with us, I think she turns 12 soon. Um, so she's young. I mean, she's been coming a little bit, but uh as Hurricane John has moved on, what should this girl's name be? Um,
Is he like officially like gone, like done
so I
and
think he might go moonlight playing some like going to like England for grad school and like maybe playing American football over there. But
yeah, hey,
he's done with American college. Um,
that's crazy
but
to think
whatever.
that
So
he
like,
graduated college.
dude, he was 4.5 years. So
Yeah.
anyway, so we'll just protect the innocent. We'll go with the most common name of a different generation. We'll just go with Mary. We know plenty of Marys, whether it's in-laws, parents, whatever. So Hurricane Mary comes in, and I call her that with her actual name. But again, we can protect the innocent and minors. And, doing the thing, and, she usually fucking growls at me and shit, and we just like kind of move on, whatever. So she comes up to me, she goes, "What's your favorite fruit?" I'm like, I don't know. Well, just tell me. I'm like, I don't know. Like I gotta go, I don't mind pineapple, mangoes are fine, grapes are good, blueberry, I don't know. I like fruit. Like, I don't know what you want from me. She goes, "Guess mine." You go, "Why are we doing this? Just tell me." She goes, "Lemon." I go, "Lemon?" She's like, "Yeah." I go, "The fruit?" She's like, "Yeah." I go, "Not like the flavor, like the actual fruit." She goes, "Yeah." I go, "That's crazy. That is absolutely insane."
Just sits there and eats lemons.
So she comes back and she's got a lemon in her mouth, like the Godfather, like the lemon's in her mouth. I go, "Where the fuck did you get a lemon?" She goes, "I brought 3 slices of lemon." I go, "Why?" She goes, "I don't know." I go, "Well, okay, well, I get
Trying to
it."
fight off the
And
scurvy.
I go, "Yeah, she's safe." So I look at her, I go, "But you're not about to like bite that and eat the flesh of that lemon, right?" She goes, "Nope." Bites it right off, like eats the lemon like it's an orange. I go, "This is nuts." I go, "I've seen a lot of stupid shit today." I go, this is absurd. Like, what the hell is happening here?" She goes, "What? I like lemons." I go, Why do you have lemons? What? Like, I go, "Who eats lemons?" She goes,
Yeah.
"What? She's like, "They're good." I go, "They're not. Like, they're not good.
Yeah.
That's why
No.
usually they're squeezed into stuff, whatever." She goes, "Limes too." I go, "Well, limes are less weird, but like still definitely weird to like eat a lime."
Yeah.
Turn
Yeah.
around, she's got a fucking lime. I go, how much fruit did you bring? I go, and why did you bring this stuff? Like, I said, I told Michaela that already. She goes, is it normal for them to bring snacks? I go, no, but like sometimes when they come from after school, like they might have something. I go, I have no idea why she has lemons and limes. And she knew what she was doing because they were already cut when she brought them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and she sat there and fucking ate them like oranges. So I
Jeez.
believe I will be now calling her Rickety Cricket. So
Uh,
I like this is what I'm talking, and so it's like I've got interns right now. Like one's been with us for a couple weeks. He has to do 1 million hours. He's from UNH. The other one's Bridgewater. Like today was his first day. I go, hey man, like you are just to like kind of observe, hang out, like get the lay of the land. I'll teach you some things, but like
yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow. Like I'll train you a little bit. Like you'll come in Thursday. Like you kind of figure it out, whatever. And it's like this is supposed to be their professional experience. Fucking lemons.
Some girl eating
Like
lemons.
eating lemons. And I was gonna say there's another kid who's fucking out to lunch and like he just loves like crumpling up his weight card. It doesn't make for a good story, but that's going on over there too. So I'm like, we got fucking Hurricane Mary and fucking our man over here who destroys his weight card on a daily basis because it stole his girl. That's what he told me. And I'm like, welcome to your professional experience. I hope you like it.
Oh man. You know what though? I mean, that's what you got to deal with, so they better learn it
This is
now.
what you get. Like it, that's the
Yeah,
thing. This is what this is what the public sector is. Like private sector, sorry. This is the
yeah,
private sector. Like this is what you get.
yeah,
All those videos where there's, 40 racks in the place and everyone like on the whistle, like
yeah,
hinge, pull, squat. Yeah, that doesn't happen.
yeah, yeah,
That only happens there. I
yeah,
get
yeah.
lemons. I got kids eating lemons like a hand fruit.
Eating lemons and limes like they're fucking oranges. Maybe she's just really afraid of scurvy. I don't know.
Dude.
Some like
Like
like I'm really afraid of Lyme disease. She's probably just really afraid of scurvy. I don't
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe she felt one coming on. I don't know. Imagine if she said that. Oh, I think I feel a scurvy coming on.
know.
I'm gonna find that. I do need to find the clip of Cricket, and I need to fucking show her the next time she's in.
Rickety cricket. Oh man. Uh Never a dull moment though. That's fun.
Dude, like the only
Yeah.
problem is to put that into the book. It's like I don't understand how you turn that into like a short story because it's like it's so ridiculous that there's no punchline.
Yeah. Can you make it a
There's no like full
haiku?
circle moment. She's just sitting there eating fucking lemons, and this is crazy. Like
Yeah. Jesus. Well, sounds fun.
it was funny. One of the adults came in, and I was like, kind of still like, oh, whatever. And the adult was like, so it wasn't like preceded by a tequila shot or anything. I go, no, she's 12, and she was here. She's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yep. Yep. So,
yep, yep, yep.
hey. Yeah, we just got interns too at work, and I don't know, one of them claim is allegedly pretty good, but all the other ones seem mostly useless.
I got one kid that because UNH requires so many hours, he's gonna be there forever, so he's got really no choice but to fucking figure it out. But he's also done some stuff, so he's okay.
Yeah.
But like I told him day one, I go, I'm gonna treat you like you don't know anything because I need you to be on board with me and the way we do things and the way we say things and the way we emphasize. I need you to be on board, so I don't care what you know. I'm just gonna pretend you don't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how it should
Well,
work.
then luckily I know the Bridgewater kid doesn't know anything, so
Yeah.
that's fine too.
Yeah. So yeah, the interns the first day we got them, like they all got laptops issued from the company. and they didn't know how to turn them on. They didn't know what Control Alt Delete was to log in.
I haven't used Control Alt Delete in a long time.
So it is, to be fair, this is a corporate thing, because both this job and my previous job, like it's for security reasons. Like you have to lock the computer because there's sensitive information on the computer, right? That people can access. So you have to log into your computer when you open it. Like it doesn't just, you don't just like open the laptop and it's open, right?
Yeah, ours we have to
But
gotta hit it and put
it
your
says
password in.
on the screen,
Like hit Control Alt Delete.
press Control Alt Delete to log in. And they were like, "What is that? We don't. What is Control Alt Delete?" We're like, "Holy shit!" Like I don't deal with them, luckily, um, and I stay away from them. I just sit over in my corner on the other side of the office. I'm like, "Yeah, it's
Yeah, there's
fine,
no
you
need.
guys."
Like you don't engage the
Yeah,
interns.
one of the women I work with was like, "Hey, would you be interested in setting up some time to like talk with our intern? Because like
Sure
there's a
wouldn't.
million of them, but they got assigned to like different departments and teams and stuff." And that's what she was like. The one we have is actually like really good. Like he gets it. He picks up everything really quick. Like,
Be
you
careful of
know,
those ones.
and I was like, I don't know what he could possibly do to help me in my job function, because what I do, you can't just be like, oh yeah, go approve this PO for like 50 grand. Right? Or like,
No,
hey, can you
dude.
read through this proposal and make sure it's not fucking goofy? Like you can't, like he
Yeah,
can't do that.
it's not the right.
Like it's not,
Um,
yeah, like it's just not, I can't have him send emails for me. I can't have him, I don't know.
I'll put it to you
Like,
this way: there's probably things that they could or couldn't do, but you would spend more time teaching them as opposed to them being of assistance.
like I could teach him how to like manage a budget, right? Like I can have him log into the software that we use to track our budgeting and be like, hey, find this line item, add $64,342.72 to this line item. And but then it's like, are you gonna do it right?
No,
I don't know.
you're too narrow-minded. Again, there's a way, but what the because I already know how it would go without knowing your job, but you would spend more time teaching, explaining, showing, and going through that, and you would never get any assistance back. So
Yeah.
that like that's how like an intern would
Yeah.
kind of work
Because
with you because it's not a like
most of my job is chasing down other people, making sure they're doing their job, right? Like I got to
yeah,
chase down a
exactly.
GC to be like, hey, what's the status on this electrical outlet that you guys took the receptacle off and now we need to put back? And they
Yeah,
just
but
don't
even
respond. And I go, hey, just following up again.
yeah,
Like
but even
half the emails I
but
send
here's
are following up again.
yeah, but that's the thing. I assure you that like the younger crowd, they don't even know to do that.
Yeah,
But like I said, at no point does this person help you or assist you.
right.
So
Like
like all
today,
like today or tomorrow I get lucky because well, I don't get lucky. I need the fucking help. So like this kid, he can help me in the weight room so that I can get some other stuff done. And yes, I am still around, so he's not on an island,
right, right,
um but like yeah, I kind of need him tomorrow. So it's like they can actually assist me.
right.
So
Like today, I had to get real sort of crafty and email the guy that owns the building for one of the places we're moving into in San Francisco, because we had our mechanical engineer on site and the rooftop HVAC units are nearing end of life. They're 17 years old, right? And this model usually lasts from 15 to 20 years. So the mechanical engineer's recommendation was if you have a lease that's 5 years or less, you're good. Just service them and they'll survive. He goes, but if your lease is more than 5 years, I recommend you replace all of it. And our lease is 10 years, right? With a 5-year extension option after that. So, um, I go, all right. So in the lease, the language in the lease reads specifically in the event that HVAC units fail or are no longer in good working condition, it's the sole responsibility of the landlord to replace them. Now, the issue we run into is
It'll work.
they're working, right?
Yeah.
They're just old and they're shitty, but they're going to fail at some point during our 10-year lease, right? So now I have to get creative in how I talk to this landlord and be like, can we explore this? You use all the corporate speak, right? Trying to be proactive, avoid an emergency somewhere down the line, and can we address this now? And yada yada yada, right? Look into all that. Like it, you dress it up with all the corporate talk and do all that shit. And then the guy comes back and he goes,
No.
uh, do you have anything from your mechanical engineer from a report? I go, no, I just have this email. And he goes, okay, I'd like to have a third party check it out. And I go, that's fine. Like, I think that's a good idea. We should set that up. But like, it's shit like that too that I deal with a lot. And like, I can't have someone else do that.
No, but like I said, remember the intern, although they can't do it for you, that's valuable stuff for them.
Right.
But like I said,
Right. Yeah,
they're
like I
not
can
helping
teach
you.
them for sure. Like I feel like if I were to work with an intern, I would do more teaching than I would like, hey, do this for me.
No, because interns aren't supposed to do things. They don't know anything.
Yeah, no, it's fair. Yeah.
They don't know it. Like that's the thing. Like any
They can do
job,
data entry. Like they could like data entry is
but like
fine. Like
any position, like there's got to be like six professions where you come out of school and as an intern or take a I don't know what the medical equivalent is, but like whatever like the lowest level is, they don't know anything outside of maybe tax. Maybe they can fill out a tax return,
right.
a simple tax return. Um, I mean the education equivalent student teaching, you don't know shit.
Right.
Like interns aren't supposed to know anything.
Yeah.
That's why they're interns.
Yeah.
And then even if they do know something, like my least experience, like there's only three of us that work there. The least experienced one has been working with us for 4 years. So how the fuck is an intern going to surpass 4 years of actually working with us?
Right. Right.
Never going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If I don't teach the intern, like I've been 14. What an intern just because an intern got a degree, they're supposed to come in and know what the fuck is going. Like not a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then never mind with an unregulated field, it's even harder because it's like, all right, well, we do a ton of speed and agility. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, never done that. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like half kneeling pal off. It's like, yep, yep, yep. I know what that is. Dude, switch knees. Oh, no, no, I do this knee. It's like, well, we don't do the other knee.
Yeah. So, um, so yeah, like all of that, my final thought is actually should be super quick. We talk about Italy quite a bit. We talk about the end of the world and
Dude,
natural
I've been there
disasters.
once.
People do forget that you've
People
been there
forget
once. Mount Etna erupted the other day.
Mount Etna. That's one on Sicily, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because Vesuvius was the one that wiped out Pompeii.
Right.
Etna, I think Etna's on
I
Sicily.
think Etna is on Sicily. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one erupts frequently, though.
It does semi-frequently.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's blowing up right now and they're
Ooh.
advising tourists to stay away.
Why would we stay away from an
Yeah.
active volcano?
Yeah. So now's your opportunity. If you want to go back to Italy, you can check out Sicily and go jump in Mount Etna because it's spewing lava right now. So that's it. That's all I got. I'll keep it short and sweet because we just went on an intern rant. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for us. You're probably only on Spotify right now because I don't know if anything else is up and working. So just subscribe to the show. Um, You can get us on social media under the screen now, which I can say. I don't have to like speak them all because you're watching the show. If you're on Spotify, you're watching. If you're on YouTube, you're also watching. So social medias are below on the screen. Um, yeah, so support us. If you've noticed, I shortened our description too. I took out a bunch of old sponsors that we just don't need anymore. Like I took out my bookie. I think I took out the Ice Pod. I left Element in there because I like Element a lot, but I mean, whatever. Again, like I said, we don't get money from this, and I can count on one hand the amount of times someone has bought um, something from us. So. Yeah, on that note, until next time, good night, everybody.